Welcome to the Marketing Revolution podcast. This is the underground movement of savage marketers from all over the world. We are not Fortune 500 companies. We are real entrepreneurs with real businesses that have one major thing in mind: to set goals and devour them daily. Because we understand that everyone wants to eat, but only savage marketers are willing to do the hunt. Now let's get this revolution started. Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with the Marketing Revolution podcast and the Marketing Savage Facebook group, bringing you another Fuck It Friday, where we talk about things that you should not give a fuck about. And today, we're going to talk about people that know but have never done, okay? We all have these people in our life that come with opinions, ideas, suggestions, and they know, yet they have never done whatever they're suggesting, whatever opinion that they have. It's like your Uncle Jack, who has been driving a forklift his entire life. You open a business. Well, all of a sudden, Jack becomes an expert. And he tells you every little snippet of information he's accumulated, not by doing, but by knowing, okay? So Jack thinks that he has great advice for you. Jack thinks that he knows what it's like to run a business. So Jack is going to give you his opinion. These opinions you should not give a fuck about. You should always seek to find people that have actually done what it is that you want and listen to their opinion. Not Uncle Jack, who's been driving a forklift, who wants to give you some sort of fragmented opinion about what he thinks that he knows, that his boss, the guy sitting up on the third floor behind a desk working on the business, the guy that Jack rarely sees because he only sees him when he occasionally comes down to the factory and takes a walk around and takes a look around. But Jack thinks that he knows what's going on inside of his boss, his head, and he's going to try to communicate that information to you. And there's going to be a lot of confusion. It's going to be the fucking blind leading the blind. In fact, it's going to be like a blind man in a titty bar. Y'all know what happens to a blind man in a titty bar? He doesn't know if he's grabbing titties or if he's grabbing somebody's dick. A blind man in a titty bar thinks he has a good idea of what he wants, thinks he has a good idea of what he's about to grab, but doesn't really know. Okay, doesn't really know. The blind man in the titty bar. You don't want to follow that. It's the blind leading the blind, y'all. Make sure that you seek to find mentors that have already been there, because they're going to be able to give you the quickest path to your success. It's like when you roll up to a fork in the road. Would you trust the guy who's already traveled both paths and knows where each one of them leads? Or would you trust the guy standing there trying to decide which path he wants to take with no knowledge at all about the path, either path, or traveling either one with no knowledge at all? So you got to be very careful. And this is especially important to some of the young entrepreneurs that listen to this podcast. You got to be very, very careful of who you listen to, who you get your knowledge from. Okay. Make sure it's the right people. I'm going to give you guys a quick example here. So I've been working out with a professional bodybuilder. Also, he is a ex WWE wrestler. So some of you guys might, that are a little bit older, might remember Eddie Bravo. So his actual name is Blair Moan. He's been training me for a month. And I followed this advice that I'm giving you in many areas of my life. However, in the last probably 3 years, I have not followed this advice in my fitness. And to be honest with you, I've stayed pretty fit, but I've been kind of like spinning around in circles. What was happening, I would try to bulk up and I would eat and then I would get fat. And then I would go do 75 hard and I would lose all my fat, but I would lose all my muscle with it. So it wasn't exactly what I wanted. I wanted to gain muscle and lose fat. I didn't want to lose weight. I wanted an even exchange there, pretty even exchange. So I'm in the gym and I'm sitting here going, man, what the fuck am I doing wrong? I'm trying to figure all this shit out. I look over and I see Blair training somebody and working with somebody. And I look over and I'm sitting there thinking, why in the fuck am I not hiring this guy? Like, why in the fuck have I been sitting here spinning my wheels, trying to figure this thing out? It's been years. I need to figure out what the fuck's going on. Why not just go pay the guy? Because now you're going to get serious. And yes, it was fucking expensive. But now you're gonna get serious. You're gonna want to take it to the next level. You're gonna be committed not only to him but to you. So, guys, I went from working out 7 days a week. Listen to this. In 30 days, number one, I learned more about fitness and nutrition than I knew my entire life in 30 days. Second thing, I went from working out 7 days a week and doing cardio to only working out 3 days a week. Now, on the days that I work out, is it intensive? Is it fucking hell? Absolutely. 100%. Okay. The next thing, I did not have to fucking change my diet to shitty food that I didn't want to eat. Okay. I didn't want to compete. I don't want to be a shredded athlete. I want a strong man look. I want a tapered middle. I don't need to see my fucking abs. I don't get off on that. Maybe that's somebody's thing. It's not me. And I wanted to be bigger and stronger up top. Okay. And I'm able to do that without fucking giving up every single food and eating like a fucking bird. Okay. That's the number two. Third thing is we did our measurements when I came in there 30 days ago. Okay, so 30 days ago, did my measurements. I weighed 244 pounds. I was 19% body fat. I forget how much lean muscle mass I had. It was like almost a couple hundred pounds of lean muscle mass. And we did my measurements. In 30 days, we just did my measurements. I am down to 14% body fat. I lost 2 pounds, but I lost 13 pounds of fat. So I lost 13 pounds of fat and I gained 9 pounds of muscle. I tapered my waist by 1.5 inches, which is huge in 30 days. And my shoulders blew up 2 inches in 30 fucking days. So here I was spinning my wheels for years, listening to the bullshit on YouTube, all of this, when all I really had to do is go reach out, find the person that knew more than I did, that's already where I want to be, and just pay him to get me there quickly. Now tell me, what was more expensive? Spending years spinning my wheels or just paying me to get the fucking results? Paying him to get the results. Yeah, you guys know what's up. Y'all are going to start getting it. I'm telling you, you guys are going to start getting it. And I know many of you do, but some of y'all who do not get this principle, some of y'all who are fucking paying the price of winging it, everything that you do, one of these days you're going to find out that you're wasting time, and we only got so much time. We only have so much damn time. So anyhow, y'all, so who you should not give a fuck about is taking advice from people who are not where you want to be, who have never been where you want to be. You should absolutely not take advice from them. You should not give a fuck about that. So anyhow, y'all, I appreciate you. And as usual, we're going to see you on the next one.